it seems like a rinse and repeat for FPX as IG have chosen blue side in Game 3. You did hear right. FPX forced us to the almighty Game 3 to decide if they remain undefeated in the LPL. My name's JackeyLove, joined by Barento Raz Muhammad. We got here, we made it, we got the distance, and we saw a great Olaf game out of Tian.
Yeah, so I just want to be able to see what Olaf did to get himself a huge lead, because there are some portions out there that we missed as we went live. So thankfully we were able to catch up, go through the hectic team fights.
Yep.
Like, that was real fun to go through, that you got to see Olaf just run rampant on him. And Olaf's been a big pick this week. I think that when we were able to see Wei on Syndra early on in the split, and in this week in particular go ham, that he was able to get those leads. So I think that the first 10 minutes were super important. It was the lane gank that Tian had set up, and remember the Justice Punch going forward set him out to dry. So it was the bottom lane that had fallen behind. It was post 6-2, so you can even see LWX finding himself in the back line. It's those kind of mistakes that you make in the bottom side of the map, that's JackeyLove and Baolan, that ends up happening. And you force yourself in a situation to trade sides. And it was unfortunate that that was the case for Invictus.
It's really good as well, because for Tian as well, we know how active he can be. We know how dangerous he can be in that early game. So especially getting him as early snowball. The bottom lane of LWX and Crisp had a comfortable laning phase from then on by the same.
And that really changes everything for Ning. Because, like, where does Ning now go?
Yep.
Because he can go back top side and mid lane. But if you're seeing JackeyLove and Baolan make these mistakes, not having the wards placed down but still looking for skirmishes when they don't have a jungle in the area, then those are the mistakes that start bringing in the jungle attention. Because you know for certain Tian was already looking bottom lane in game 1. It didn't work out. But maybe he just goes for a raw lane gank instead of bringing in the Lissandra into the mix, and you might get another gank. So we're in a real situation where LWX is made to succeed just on the fact that JackeyLove and Baolan just looking for fights.
And that Tian wants to capitalize on that. That is why he's the MVP of game number 2. The Olaf shines through, and we'll see if that gets let through again in game 3.
And for a 17% jungle damage percentage, that's actually huge for junglers.
Yep.
That is major. Right now, sitting at number 1 is like 17.6% in terms of jungle percentage, damage percentage for a jungler.
Okay. So capitalizing big. I think with Tian at the end, we're like, hey, by the way, 6 MVPs for Tian.
Yeah, he's been stacking them.
That's pretty insane.
He's been stacking. He's been having an amazing split.
When you're 7-0 as well, I guess that helps just a little bit too.
That's true, but you would expect it a lot to be just concentrated on the rest of the stars. You have GimGoon who's been picking up MVPs.
Yep.
Doinb's the easy target. And he's a flashy one too. He's not like Kuro that's going to play it passively. His 1,000,001 reasons why he's the one that won you the game, but maybe Meteor makes a flashy play and he ends up getting MVP.
Yeah.
No, Doinb is flashy. GimGoon is flashy. LWX is hella flashy, but Tian is so impactful that he's been able to reap the rewards throughout the MVPs.
Yeah, that Olaf in game 2 again to be questioned as they re-enter the stage, followed by Warhorse, who has joined the squad for this year. And boy, is it making a difference along the side of Doinb.
Do you see across the screen over there in IG's camp? There's one member sitting down.
Who was it? Was it Rookie?
No.
Baolan.
No, that's someone different.
Oh.
That, my friend. It's Duke.
All right. Well, he's there by. It looks like he's there by himself.
I wonder why, really.
Just
I wonder what he's thinking.
Maybe it's the shy thinking, why have I just been taken away?
Because of course he has to get out there earlier so he can get his setup
there.
Yes, mouse, peripherals. He's set up and prepared. So if you were to ask me why the hell is it Duke in game 2, I have no idea. Run the shy in game 3, especially in such an important series like this.
Yeah.
Because if we're just talking about it, Invictus Gaming are on the hunt for first place. The way you do it is be able to peg down the people who are holding it. And Duke, while he is still a phenomenal player, it's much like the Bwipo and Soaz situation, where you have someone who can play carries, tanks. He is just a phenomenal all-around player, and it puts what is an amazing player on the backbench. That's unfortunate, but it's still facts, though. And so the fact of the matter is, I would much rather see the Shy play out the full series here.
Not the first time that they've done it, though. The Shy has been starting out games 1, game 2, and then the crux, the change in pace of the series has been up to Duke. IG have made that change in tempo for this split.
And I like the idea behind that only because it sets you up for a best of 5 later down the line. We're getting so close to the playoff time.
Sure.
And if Duke plays no games, like if it's just like the Shy playing day 1 to day 100, then you can't realistically expect Duke to play. Remember, this happened in 2017. This happened, I want to say 2018 spring, when you go into the semifinals and you lose to RNG because, no, the Shy's hands breaks. Yep. Duke comes in and he's had no experience with the team. That's a scary situation. So it's fine to have games here. But remember, you're going up against FPX, real ramifications. If you lose this series, you have to run your best. They did a good job of starting the Shy, and now it looks like they're going to be ending it with Duke. Yep. I think it's a fine thing to do if it's the Shy was the reason you're behind. But that was not the case. That last game, the Shy was fine.
The Shy versus GimGoon. I go, the Shy's a better top laner. Duke versus GimGoon, Raz. What are your thoughts?
I think it's still Duke.
Okay.
I think in terms of laning, but it definitely softens the blow. 40 CS lead for the Shy pretty consistently here. I don't expect a real CS advantage to come about. We'll see just based off of the matchups here, but I think GimGoon still deserves that respect. Going into this series versus Duke, I think he has a better chance.
Well, let's see, because he's picked up carries before, but he's been stuck on the tanks for this series so far. Pretty straightforward considering the Shy has knocked him down on Sion twice. We'll see what the bans are. We go into game number 3, picks and bans. See if FPX can stay undefeated. The biggest question there is they ban away both Duke and the Shy's Aatrox.
Here we go. Aatrox being taken away. Duke has been pretty good on that one, and he's been able to come in at flank situations. So in terms of team fights, Duke still has that going for him.
You're also managing team fights on the side of FPX as well. Look at the Lissandra ban that's been taken away from Doinb. Surprisingly enough, though, Chris gets his priority in the first pick by FPX and Alistar.
Alistar, baby, that's coming through. There's no Lissandra here, which actually gives you more priority towards the Zoe. I think even with the Cassiopeia being locked in, Zoe is a good pick into it. So I wonder if Doinb wants to pick up the Zoe pick into that cast.
And although it's not categorical of maybe going to the bottom lane, remember it can still be flex. We have a Tahm Kench there as well for Baolan. FPX, their favorite is still open. They can just play it safe again.
And Rookie has been a great Cassiopeia player, but it comes with some bad memories whenever it comes down to these Game 5 situations. He picks himself up Cassio, and the issue with Cassiopeia, it is a very passive pick.
Yeah.
It's so strong if you pick fights into it. If you're in a Dragon or a Baron fight, and Cassiopeia can throw the Miasma and force you to fight her in a really dangerous ground. But if you are a playmaker, you want to pick a playmaking champion. You want to pick someone that gives you more mobility, gives you more options. Cassio doesn't do that, which has been the risk for Invictus Gaming in the past, where Rookie is that player.
Yeah. He
has to be the one that starts the fight for you, and then he could slowly lose the game if he doesn't trust anyone else. That's why this split, he can go that route. With Ning being so strong, JackeyLove being a major carry, the only risk here is how Duke can play this one out.
To be fair, though, as well, with the Cassiopeia, there's still playmaking potential. That ultimate can change games, and especially if Rookie's in a position to carry in that mid to late. So we'll find out what it's paired with, because Invictus Gaming now have a couple of options to counter-pick that Jarvan, which is most likely going to Tian.
And I think the scary option that you're referring to is that Cassiopeia is pretty good into the Kai'Sa pick. So if that's going to be JackeyLove picking up Cassiopeia, then IG can realistically have two very good lanes. Counter pick mid and a great pick bottom lane.
See the Lee Sin picked up first, so before we start looking at where the Cassiopeia is really going, Lee Sin into the Jarvan. Invictus Gaming, they've taken away the Sion. I mean, for GimGoon, I want to see the carry in the top lane. I want to see him match Duke. So Sion just going to mean that one tank less to play.
Wonder what that turns into, though. For GimGoon in the past, he's gone towards Vladimir's pretty consistently, but never blind. He's only picked Vladimir blind when he's really lost hope in the team's direction, and he tries to focus solely on teamfight. That has never been the case with this split's FPX. So I think Tank seems pretty reliable. Urgot's been banned, Sion's been banned to that extent. Ooh, even taking the Kled out.
Now that's not for GimGoon, ladies and gentlemen. You should know by now that's more targeted towards Doinb.
I will say that's giving GimGoon respect, because back in those game talent days, it was GimGoon's Kled rushing forward. So if suddenly Kled is a flex pick on your team, yeah, take that out of here.
Yeah, no, get rid of it. Remember, there are a lot of flexes that can be played between Doinb and GimGoon. That's only one of them. Something that is also technically a flex is we don't know where that Cassiopeia is going. The Aurelia, the final ban. Invictus Gaming, let's see what they pick up. If it is that 80 carry or maybe mid lane.
Doinb in the past has gone so consistently well into the Syndra pick with his Karma.
Oh, okay.
His Karma is by far his best pick versus Syndra. I wonder if he goes back here. It used to be in 2017, 2018, one of the most consistent banned champions against Doinb when he finds himself in these situations.
surely right now you say, let's pick it up again. The Ryze a possibility as well. That looks like a Gangplank as a hover.
Look, these are just all hovers. LWX is a madman. With
Okay. I don't want to say it, Raz, but I think GimGoon's playing Gangplank.
Oh, don't do this to me, Chris. You're playing with my heart. Just lock in the Ryze, all right? Don't go through Echo and all that because you're giving me hope.
Yeah, it's the final game against IG. They probably want to play it safe. They want to play towards a comfortable composition, then the risk.
Look, Ryze makes a lot of sense. That's a lot of great gank potential through mid lane. Cataclysm's there for the Syndra when they can blow flash on her early. Rune Prison. That's so much like oomph in that 2v2.
Yep.
And if you're talking about now GimGoon on that GP, hailing in the ultimate through mid lane and bottom lane, that's a lot of direction that FPX now has on the bottom side of the map.
Global pressure can be added quite easily there from the Gangplank. I don't want to put this forward, but maybe it's Doinb on Gangplank. Probably not.
Nope. Not allowing that discussion.
No. All right, Renekton locked in though. Okay, if you're not familiar with Renekton in the LPL, it is good. And that'll be going up to Duke in the top lane.
Now looking at this top lane matchup, Renekton's going to have a field day. I know that he's a melee matchup early on. The barrows can really get him going. But the slice and dice to get right on top of GimGoon, and you know that Ning is going to be looking topside, super easy for the 2v2 situation to turn against GimGoon. So Tian has to focus on mid lane and bottom lane. Try and get the game going early. If GimGoon is stuck in this lane for far too long, then Duke will take a huge lead. So I love to see what's going on in this series for Ning in particular, because he has a pushing bottom lane with the Cassiopeia and Tahm Kench, so he can play through bot. He can technically play through mid with the Syndra being able to get those opportune picks. And through top lane with the Renekton. It is imperative for Tian to get some vision on Lee Sin to see what his focus is going to be.
This feels like a very IG draft though. Lanes that can actually dominate, lanes that can run and spiral out of control. And Invictus Gaming, known as the Lane Kingdom team. They are the team who have conquered the world and become kings. FPX look to dethrone them in one simple series. Now 7-0 is a great score, but 8-0 against Invictus Gaming, you then move forward and you wait for FPX versus RNG.
Yeah, I mean, who's trying to dethrone who at this point? I know you're going up against the world champions, but Mr. Undefeated right now is FPX. FPX are coming into this split as strong as you've ever been. It's Invictus Gaming trying to take down what is a historic run for FPX. Remember, last year was history for Invictus Gaming. They were so close to being undefeated in both splits, but RNG was in their way. FPX could make that happen. These are the 2 weeks that we have to look towards and say, FPX, are they the most successful team in LPL history? They have a lot of teams to go up against. This is their first challenge.
This is how they do it, with a composition that screams, if we know how to fight, we're going to take it to Invictus Gaming. That's exactly what they need to do here. Game number 3, we get started with new champions coming out the other side, and maybe a defeated streak starting off, but we'll find out. That is a loud crowd in Shanghai. Yeah, get it. Even the Chinese casters, I think, get it on as well.
Yeah, you got to get in there.
I got to tell them to stop. That is a rowdy crowd.
Hard eyes for GimGoon. I mean, GimGoon's opened up a real fan base here alongside Doinb. Of course, Doinb's been he's had fans for so long.
Oh, yeah.
It's not oftentimes you get to see fans after the World Championship day being able to match Invictus Gaming's fan power.
We'll take stock at runes again, and that is okay. So we're going to see a Comet on the Cassiopeia and Phase Rush again on Syndra. That's pretty standard.
Yep. And once again, just to be able to, back on people why the Phase Rush makes sense on rookies, to be able to give them that extra bit of mobility, get out of these gank situations, and also just to follow up on Lee Sin coming in on these ganks. So extra bit of mobility is always crucial here, especially if you're picking up the cleanse. Ning's looking for a buff to buff start here.
This is going to be unspotted as well. Pixel Brush Ward doesn't spot this. Very well placed, but not enough.
Jarvan's usually the type of jungler to do the same, so he's going to be meeting him really early on.
Dragon Flag doesn't land. Ning is going to have a bit of work to do here.
Right, let's go.
Come through. Smites there. The jungle 1v1. Ning has the damage, but runs away. Both red buffs there. Rookie coming to support, and even GimGoon walking down, but Duke will zone him away.
Remember, the extra movement, attack speed that you get from the flag was why Ning was really being able to deal with the fight with Tian. Because remember, 2 levels of attack speed. Ning having multiple abilities that he gets off his passive.
Difference in that fight, though, Tian actually had to smite the blue buff to stay alive. Ning didn't. Means he can move back to the blue buff, and Tian might just have to forfeit this.
There we go. I mean, this was a strategy from Ning from the start. I was wondering if we're going to be seeing vertically jungling from both sides, because remember, Lee Sin wants to be topside. He wants to get Renekton that lead and keep GP down. That would have been a really strong strategy. He's here at the same time, but he's a level down.
Sonic Wave lands. Ning still level 2. Ning is at half health. Tian, the Dragon Flag again. The flag is giving attack speed after the smite. The flash forward. Tian, there's a shield there, but he gets it anyway. Jungle combat comes to a close.
And this one was sponsored by Mad Cats. Tian being able to pick up that kill was huge. Comes right back at it. You're right, level 2 there. Still needed an extra camp for it. And I was wondering if he was going to get pushed in the vertical jungler, because if that was the case, guess what? Lee Sin can have his bottom lane ward for his own blue buff, and they could challenge that. Jarvan would have been so far behind if he was pushed out of that blue buff area. So the fact that he's able to come back and then get first blood, Tian's back in the game.
Best part about that as well is that Tian just picks up the blue buff. Thank you so much. Does the leash for him. 400 gold for the Jarvan. Straight to Wolves, straight back. Let's look at the buy nice and early here as Ning is still trying to get 3.
And the most important thing is that he denies Ning from going vertically jungle. That saves GimGoon top lane.
Yeah.
Because the real risk was, you're already seeing how hard it is for GimGoon in the solo matchup. Think of it now when Lee Sin has control of the top side of the map with the Syndra, and dives go through top so early on. So, able to save GimGoon with just that play alone.
You're hoping that the Gangplank gets 6 soon and can start influencing that bottom or mid side where both mid laners are out of mana, but I'm talking about the bottom lane because of the shoves and the combat in the 2v2 you saw just before. And there's a bit of kill pressure from both lanes, especially since the junglers are down here as well.
I think it's just a little better for JackeyLove. Cassio also just be able, like, it's itemizing towards AP champions are pretty easily, and right now for JackeyLove and Baolan, sure, they're a little bit more focused on single target, but if they're ever in range right now of LWX, he just loses those trades.
Yep.
He's also recognized that too, gone straight for the teleport, so both of these dual laners are just going to be focusing on the wave rather than combat.
It'll be pretty quick use of the teleports as well, considering how we've seen an early shove in from JackeyLove, seen LWX just try to respond from it as well. Doinb sees Ning in the mid lane.
Standing his ground.
Yeah. Tian was here as well. Still level 3, Tian. What's you been doing?
And this forces Rookie to lose some minions. The reason why Ning was there was just trying to get him a good back timing, but he's not going to be able to give him that. Tian is right in position to just make it so, you know, Rookie's actually still staying.
Yep.
But now he's in such a poor position. You actually might see, first time in a very long time, where Rookie's behind in lane.
We're still looking at the bottom lane. Not about Rookie anymore. Baolan flashes with something in his belly. It's JackeyLove, and at least forcing the summoner out of the Tahm. Kench, you can see that Doinb was committing to roam bot. That was an interesting one.
I'm just a... Oh my god, please!
He's still there.
He's just right in vision. It's
I think
like
the observer's just having fun with it. Send a barrel there.
I love this observer. He's having a good time.
He's going to do it again as well.
Yes, please do it again.
Yeah, he's still there.
Right there.
Where is he actually? In the brush.
He's in the bush, of course he is. He's in the bush right next to Renekton.
All right.
If he was in the lane bush, then my mind is blown.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Ning's just there. Okay. Finally corrected itself.
Thank you.
Ning is actually up 10 CS, so he can waste a little bit of time up in the top lane, almost level 6 as well, and that's when GimGoon is just going to get 100 to 0 very quickly by this 2v1.
Usually see Ning go for a lane gank in those instances. You know that the wave is going to bounce right back towards you. It's a little hard with Renekton, especially going up against GP.
Yep.
That's the only reason for it, just knowing that GP will be able to freeze the wave a little bit more, a little bit longer. It's slowly starting to push back, but you can already see GimGoon getting HP back off his grasp.
Yeah. Good tradings back and forth, especially since GimGoon is not dead yet. I mean, that's the idea with Gangplank. Tian up in this top side as well, trying to reject that gank.
Tian's in the right place at the right time.
GimGoon just ulted as well. There's no minion wave here, but this is going to be an easy dive.
Get in there.
The flash needs to come through, but GimGoon won't even use an easy kill for Duke. Rookie has to burn. Here's a messy dive at that. But we're looking back at the bottom lane. The heals burn out by JackeyLove. They want LWX. He'll get the movement speed. Twin phase there.
More.
1 and 2. Can he get the poison off? LWX, is he going to die? Yes, he is. No comment necessary.
They look for the fight when no junglers are in play. pretty certain that Tian was topside. They had ideas about that one. And not only did they pick up the dive top lane, they pick up the 2v2 bot side of the map. JackeyLove and Baolan are online.
This is super rough. Demolish is going to get turret plating as well. Cassiopeia getting a kill, but we'll look again.
Oh, is this Alistar's doing?
Oh.
This gets the flashback, but LWX positioned himself to look for that. Remember, added movement speed the moment you land in that Q.
Yep.
And all he wanted is the heal, get a little bit closer, and land that Q again. You already knew that Headbutt Pulverizer was on cooldown, so there was nothing Chris could do.
LWX goes down, loses 15 CS in the process as well. JackeyLove after backing. Look at the first item, already in inventory. Gets a blasting one with it as well.
Oh,
Ning's doing the moonwalk already.
I should just never know if he's sitting in the bush.
Where's this Lee Sin sitting? GimGoon playing it very careful.
He has to walk up forward.
The double barrel here.
This minion wave is slowly pushing in, so we'd have to see if Lee Sin gets his patience up. Here comes Tian.
Free spot from GimGoon though. He's got the barrels there. Will he get the movement speed in time? Ning's here waiting for the flash. GimGoon burns it before, and Tian comes in with the Cataclysm. Ryze all the way in onto Rookie, looking for the Unleashed power, but can't find it. Doinb gets a kill mid, and that's the difference here with junglers. Killed versus summoners.
That was so crucial. They were happening at the same time. They didn't have an idea that Ning was going topside, but they were fast enough that even if Ning was in the mid side of the map, that they could get the kill off. So Doinb has that lead, and already take a look at this tower. So low.
Easy turret plating there. Kill for mid, kill for jungle. And IG still got a gold lead, but you look at Whites because they got 30 CS on the top side of the map. And the bottom lane killed just before.
Oh my goodness.
This is rough.
Ning is a jungler that loves camping a lane.
And he finally gets the kick off. Look at the CC that'll come through from GimGoon, waiting for the orange. He pops it just in time. The turret dives there. Duke gets the kill again. And Ning is an absolute bully.
Timed well with the wave crashing in, so he's going to miss it all.
Doinb's coming up. Just picked up the blue buff though, Raz.
Doinb doesn't have too much mana as it stands, so he can't really combat this.
Wait for the rune prison. He lands it onto Ning. Can't get the Q off because he just, again, doesn't have enough mana waiting for Duke to come back in range. But Realmwalk just to deter them off more turret plating.
Yeah, and Jarvan recognized that, was already on his camp. So there was no intent to look for the kill unless if the tower was going to do the job for them.
Very true. Doinb would just sit here and clear out the wave anyway. GimGoon's going mid.
It shouldn't last. I mean, in this sense, I actually think there's a chance where this lasts. But here comes Chris. He's going to go for this.
Cannon Barrage is there onto Rookie. Doesn't know where to go. Outplays a bit of flash from Tian. It works out. Over to Tian is the kill. Three members collide.
This is going to be rough. We've seen a Syndra when she's behind. She doesn't have summoners either. This is just going to be a rinse and repeat play. Tian is the type of jungler. If he goes mid and if he gets a summoner, he's going to come right back.
Yeah.
Time and again. Ning has to either go topside and make it count on top of GimGoon, or he goes mid and tries to support this 2v2.
Well, he's bot at the moment, getting the Infernal Dragon, which is in full vision.
Eyes.
Nothing that can be done here, or maybe, wow.
Get out of here.
Doinb, good teleport. And he'll just start it back up.
And here comes the crew.
The teleport going to be channeled now as well. Re-engaged on there, just going to leave it. The teleport zones away. Infernal. First one of the game, over to IG.
Yeah, the call was to go against it. GimGoon had teleported top wave to get that, so help GimGoon out, but you lose out quite a bit with the Infernal going down now.
At least he gets a bit of freedom in this lane while Duke has to walk back up without that teleport. You definitely take the trade if you're the top laner of Invictus Gaming with a 450 gold bounty and still plenty of CS in the bank compared to GimGoon.
And going Grusty and dying is nice to keep yourself healthy. The added HP that you can get back. It's a bit risky to now, so close, to now go Sheen here. Because if he already knows this matchup is rough, Sheen is great if you're trying to, deal with a melee matchup that you are already ahead in, like a tank matchup.
Yeah.
But if he's behind in this instance, he's only going to make it worse and allow Ning to say, well, I mean, he's still as squishy as we left him last time around. I'm going to go top again.
Ning has been active there and active there only, really. With the bottom lane dragon getting taken just a while ago. Invictus Gaming still got pressure in the top side of the map. You can see Ning is hovering around here, but for different reasons. They've actually found Baolan as Ning took the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. Good timing here from FPX, but Scatter the Weak from Rookie. They turn over, and Chris finds the lockdown. Realmwalk from Doinb to take a 2-centimeter walk. And there's nothing more can be done. Rookie's still low.
Got him!
What a flash away! Doinb's been locked down as well. Rookie just finds Scatter the Weak. And Ning at the heart of this play. He'll be eaten up to survive. Doinb kites it out for long enough. Almost a WP to him, but for Tian trying to survive the fight. And somehow, Ning made that look so smooth.
It was so beautiful, and remember what all of that took. Baolan gobbling him up so he has a way out. And even Rookie taking Ryze's last Q so he stays alive. All of that just to support Ning's kick that nets the kill on Doinb.
Smooth moves like that is what made Ning a family household name to begin with. If you don't have a family, I'm sorry. Neither do I. It's okay. Oh, I do. But
hello?
You know, not in this country. Doesn't matter. Ning getting that kill, getting that pick means that there's a bit of alleviated pressure there for Rookie in the mid lane. We'll see exactly how smooth it was after Baolan getting caught.
So everyone comes in first to support Baolan. Then Rookie is like, all right, I did my job. Let me get up out of here. The summoners that he just got back up are already expended. Now the big call is, Doinb's pretty far out. Ning is like, I've got this here. But look at what it takes for him to really get his money's worth. Baolan comes in and saves him. But then look at Ryze. In his dying breath, he's like, let me get this Ning right quick. Blocked out by Rookie. Everyone made their job come in fruition to be able to support Ning as he made that sick kick to get the kill on Doinb.
That's right, and Rookie should have died there as well. Should have been 2 over to FPX, but denied very well. Playstyle of IG continues to impress in this game 3, but it's still as tight as a wire in the Alps. Apparently Wires are tied up there. FPX
pretty tight.
Ning, Sonic Wave, and it's too late. 2-man knock-up, Cataclysm down. The Cannon Barrage as well. He's already dead. Doinb is having crocodile for dinner. Duke walks away, but Rookie's already taken down Tian. A big turnaround here, but Chris comes in. The blast cone doesn't work out. Get in my belly, and 2 kills over to FPX.
That was so quick onto Ning that he didn't even have a time to react. It's crazy. You already see Chris roaming up too. FPX want these fights and they're committing the members to it.
They'll now push towards the mid lane after LWX roams up. They need to make more of this play. GimGoon's had freedom meanwhile though, while Renekton's been walking down. GimGoon's been getting himself back in this game. They won't get the mid lane turret, but they will get more damage on top. They might even break this open.
He could do it. And he has the Sheens proccing right now. I just feel like, at this point in time, FPX want to fight no matter what. The only reason why they stopped and hold up on the brakes is because Doinb just didn't have mana to follow up.
Yep.
Look for a dive on mid.
I won't go down to the top lane. Doinb, as you've spoken about before, actually has almost a 1,100k gold lead. And turret plating, yes, fell down a while. That's first turret. You confused me there. And Seraph's Embrace picked up for Doinb though. That's a very early Seraph's Embrace actually.
Really quick. Must have picked up that one super early on to get stacking. And so what that means is that extra level of safety. If he ever gets kicked again, he can actually just run around the fight a little longer with the shield. Not only through the shield passive that he has, that's the strength of Ryze pick, is that the shield passive he has, and on top of that, the shield that he has from Seraph's Embrace. It's going to be much easier for him to traverse a fight.
Really easy to zone as well, especially since Rookie, his Scatter of the Week doesn't land. He doesn't do too much else in this fight at the moment. Still with that Luden's Echo and nothing more. You can see Mercurial treads were picked up by Doinb too, so really prioritizing away from Rookie.
But double Luden's catches my eyes. On the side of IG, JackeyLove and Rookie both are going at him.
Yep.
And one of the worst matchups to Ryze is the Cassiopeia. So now that we're finally getting to see the matchup come to fruition with JackeyLove unleashed from the bottom lane, this is where it gets rough for the Ryze.
So it takes a huge chunk of damage there after the trade back, but ultimate in hand, which is the biggest takeaway there. JackeyLove has the flash available as well. Gonna need to see some pretty insane reactions there from Doinb. Still the hover here in FPX. Able to push out the mid wave, and there's a dragon down bottom as well, so it looks like at this point it could be a trade-off between the two teams.
There's so many things that could happen. This is why I feel bad for you. Because we're in a game. Ryze ultimate could come into play where that's the way you get into the backline and get the kill onto both Syndra and Cassiopeia, both very fragile at this stage in the game. Or you can see the Tahm Kench ultimate come into play and get right behind Doinb. So like, all of these are really viable ways to start a fight for your team. Especially with Ning constantly looking and searching for the backside of the fight. So it just comes down to who's more creative. And FPX and Invictus Gaming have been our most creative teams here. So good luck.
Thank you very much. FPX, their creativity has been pretty astounding, starting with Doinb and pretty much ending with LWX cleaning up house. This game seems like it's going to be an exception where Realm Warp is up and available, level 12 now on the Ryze. There's a Trinity Force on GimGoon as well, so that means a Cannon Barrage now at level 2, by the way. It's going to be doing a hell lot more. That was a teleport from Doinb.
Yeah, I just wanted to get right back on mid. Mid priority is huge. You saw Ning looking towards the dragon, but said no the moment you see vision being cleared out. This is really risky.
Yeah, Riftel's going to reset. It's way too far away. Doinb not going to be tagged by the Sonic Wave, but Baolan chipped out a little bit.
But that's a fun way to take Rift Herald.
Yeah.
Hide yourself in that bush.
Issue is, it doesn't work. Rift Herald reset still sits there waiting. 18 minutes now. Going to be a very late Rift Herald, if at all.
Oh, let's do it.
I thought he took the Raptors with him, but that is a sneaky way to start off Dragon.
The way that we're starting this one off, I'm going to tell you a story about Doinb.
Please.
He has some interesting builds on Ryze and Victor and like all this cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this time around, Righteous Glory.
See what you're talking about.
The mana going, got the little bit of armor. Only unfortunate fact is it's only going to be dealing with Ning and Duke.
True.
There's a lot of AP in this game.
Is Doinb the one that built a Frozen Heart on Ryze?
Frozen Heart?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, back, if you go far back enough,
Alright.
everyone has their hand on that one.
I always thought that was great. There's going to be a Rift Herald taken while Doinb thinks about this turret, rather takes it instead. So Rift Herald at the trade of more objectives here for FPX.
He's probably already used his Demolish, but being on side lane, Ryze, Lissandra, all of them are so strong and just utilizing the Resolve tree to just flip push. So nice way to use that.
Yep. He will do the exact same right now. He cannot match Doinb. This is very risky for Rookie. But all the top side priority here, and the big control wards means that Ning can push in as well. Rookie can clear this turret out. GimGoon in a very dangerous position here.
Ooh. There's no ward here, so Ning's got to relax here because his T, or whatever his trinket is literally just the Rift Herald.
Yeah. So. Press it by accident. Sonic Wave, that's max range.
There's a control ward. Use the control ward if you want to get this done.
Waiting. Rookie's waiting for Scatter the Weak to land, and it does not, so Ning backs away. Tian in a pretty good position to intercept Ning on his way out, but he chooses not to instead. Preparing for the Baron vision, that's what both teams are doing, while the sideliners go off and do their own thing. Duke down in the bottom side, but repositioning is Doinb at the top. And GimGoon right now is going back to match the Renekton.
It's a good call if you're looking at what GimGoon's building. Right now he already has a Trinity Force, but wants to be able to pick up his, I believe, Youmu's Ghostblade.
Yep.
The call for most GPs at this stage. So wants to be able to match. At this stage of the game, they've been having Ryze, push up that side lane. He doesn't have teleport now, so it's just trying to be able to match TPs.
Very true. Wouldn't be surprised if GimGoon built Asterix at some point in this game as well, considering we have both Syndra and Cassiopeia in this game. Rift Herald was dropped mid. Hello, Raz.
There's a Tian on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah. Doinb's there as well. They might just sacrifice this turret for the fight.
He has Righteous Glory. He could just pick up the fight. You're right about sacrificing the turret. Let's see if they can get the job done then.
Herald's still there.
He's not looking for it. I think he's trying to go away from it.
Either way, they're going to do something soon because Rift Herald are going to get another charge on the inhibitor turret. Scatter the Weak. This is a bad position for FPX, but they can't get Ning. Trying to collapse in on the jungler of IG. Meanwhile, Doinb never joins the fight. He just goes top lane instead.
Looking for the opportunity, but it never came to fruition. So, yeah, makes sense. They were going to lose the towers anyways to the Rift Herald, but they still need to now focus on the Baron buff at hand, which is why Doinb wants to get back on the push on top side.
GimGoon in the bottom side, setting up the 1-3-1 just to defend and get towards that late game scaling. IG with a gold lead, but it's not enough at this point.
A real thorn in the backside for FPX has been this mid lane turret. It's fairly low, but it's able to be protected so consistently by the Cassiopeia. And every time you get near her, miasma. So you just need anything. Rush of the Wind, LWX walking up to it, but you don't want to, at this stage of the game, kill yourself for it because that's a Baron instant.
That's super rough. You're never getting away from a Ryze second item on JackeyLove.
Unfortunate.
The Andrew is coming soon as well. You can see they're just trying to get vision to find out where this Cassiopeia is, so they can continue, like you said before, pushing up that mid lane turret, but seems like it's not meant to be just yet.
You might see a pick on the Duke here.
Level 13, there's a Righteous Glory on the rise. Duke in a lot of trouble, even pops the Dominus nice and early, but for GimGoon, the damage will be enough alongside Doinb.
You gotta wonder what Invictus Gaming's reaction here. They already took the turrets down in their position for Baron. They just don't want to go for it. They should have timer on Doinb not having teleport. They're just concerned about the rest of the team.
GimGoon going to push up the side lane. Ning back to what I thought was to match or try and get GimGoon out of that lane. But instead, it's simply going to be Ning going towards the top side. Now redirecting. GimGoon here is very low, but should be able to clear this wave up, get the damage down.
He has a lot of movement speed, so he should just be fine. Ning is not going to be able to catch him.
Okay.
This is what I'm worried about. Rookie has very little mana here. Doesn't want to be able to pick up a fight.
There's also a Ryze on the rise, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
So Doinb is just a man of
HP.
Yeah.
Loves the tankiness.
But you're not getting away from him at all. He will chase you.
He's in no man's land though. Even if he gets the kill on towards Rookie, he's going to see a Mafia at his door very soon.
But they have no idea where he is. He now comes back into the top side of the map. IG are waiting in the
Let's go.
rush. Abyssal Voyage is in. Doinb, remember, doesn't have Righteous Glory available if he wants to re-engage. The flash kick doesn't work out. Doinb sent backwards. Now the front to back is just himself. Rune Prison going to come up again. Ryze, Ning at half health. Teleport coming in. Big fight ready as Doinb leads the charge on the side. They found JackeyLove. The petrifying gaze is nothing. And in comes FPX. The chaos ensues. Locks down Duke. The Cataclysm down as well. IG running for their lives.
They lost a lot of members. 30-second death timer on JackeyLove too. Very realistically, this is a Baron situation.
Right,
Lee Sin has to stay on the map.
Started up because Rookie has hardly any mana to contest. They're trying to zone away as they take the blast cone, and it begins.
All right, can Ning do it? This is it.
Ward spotted at 6,000. Ning from
Alistar.
the wall, waiting for the
Get out
steal.
of here.
Chris sends him skyward again, and that's Baron secured for FPX. Rookie comes in with the unleashed power, takes down Tian. A pick off for the Baron buff.
All right, one kill on Tian, but FPX making big plays. All Invictus Gaming needed to do was stick together as a team.
Yeah.
Play around Miasma. That's how hard it is for Invictus Gaming, because if it comes down to it, and if Syndra is on her own, JackeyLove's on her own, they don't have the mobility there. So you need to be able to stay together, and it starts off fairly nicely. Even off the kick, JackeyLove repositioned, the Ryze repositioning himself. Okay, then you run together, but Cassiopeia is on her own. And if she didn't move to the left, where it would have been far more safer, even if the headbutt pulverizer comes through, you're still closer to the rest of your team. So on your own, you're going to die pretty quickly.
Only getting GimGoon as well. The rough thing is you just press W and your petrified guys means absolutely nothing. The ability to re-engage for FPX just doesn't stop. Super rough if you're an IG fan right now. FPX have the lead, have charge, and have Baron.
And one of the biggest takeaways of that fight, GimGoon's going for it.
Wow, he's going super fast. Rookie half health, that is a Ryze with not even 4 items.
Yeah, Doinb's huge. And what I was about to say too is there's no flash on Rookie the last fight, no flash on Ning. These members right now are going in flashless. The next fight is going to be super easy to clear them out. LWX is looking for the play.
Those flashes, look at FPX. They've got the summoners up. 2 flashes is probably all you need. As you mentioned before, just LWX. Probably in the spirit of LPL. 2 items on the Kaiser as well. Baron buff pushing up. IG matching.
He has a Hex Drinker along with that. So what's important here is you have the shield, the Seraph's Embrace shield here from Doinb. You have the Hex Drinker from LWX. You have the Gargoyle Stoneplate from Tian. All of this can keep you in the fight for much longer. And you're already seeing the redemption getting close to being picked up from Chris. So as long as they can stay much longer when they're diving forward onto JackeyLove, that's going to be super crucial, because now the AP targets of Rookie and JackeyLove can't keep themselves alive and play a slow grind front-to-back team fight.
Yeah. If you get the team fight your way, if you're Invictus Gaming though, the petrifying gaze. We've seen it once this game. And JackeyLove, it's been a failed attempt unfortunately. There's a rail walk right on top of Rookie. Remember how tanky Doinb is. Takes turret for a bit longer. And no damage has been done. There's a Voyage actually coming up. Baolan wants this, but it's just himself to slow down the play. Scout of the Week does land on Tian.
But the mid lane turret is wide open now. Ooh, Cassio trying to stop you though.
They can. She can rather. Invictus Gaming hold off with just their bottom lane.
That's the risk here. Always trying to get on top of Rookie. Even if you don't get the kill, he's super low and can't contest him.
FPX still want this top lane turret, however. Rookie's at half health. Right in front of Rookie. Disrespectful to Doinb. He's teleporting back. He's level 16.
He's got the Leandri's Torment.
Oh, well.
He is ready to go.
Dark Seal's in hand as well. You expect that to be the next sell. You expect Doinb to 100 to 0 people with a Righteous Glory.
Alright, let the cannon minion do its work.
Yeah, Duke can't even get near it. This turret's going down. He backs away. GimGoon is more than truly in a comfortable position now after getting through that rough laning phase.
This is when it gets real. Doinb and Tian's focus should be on the mid lane inner tower. It's been pretty well defended by JackeyLove, but JackeyLove can't really put down a miasma when he's coming in at 2 separate flank positions.
Yep.
So it's going to be real risky to be able to hold that. I think Invictus Gaming want to leave that one alone.
And luckily enough, they don't see JackeyLove backing, otherwise that would have been a very real possibility for FPX. So they just deter and go into the Cloud Drag instead. Yes, Colonel. That looks quite right at the time being. FPX in a position to start getting a momentum. Look at the Infernal. That's a game.
I feel like this game won't come to the next Infernal. Baron buff is a key here, and side lane split pushing has been pretty damn good from Doinb's front. So you already saw how aggressive they were in top of getting on top of Rookie. When they get the ability to pull Invictus Gaming towards them, towards Baron buff, they're gonna go for the fight, and that's gonna be a game ender. FPX have already planned it out here.
Yeah, but I think I'd be coming into 2019 saying that FPX are on the cusp of being able to take down Invictus Gaming. But I might not have to say it just yet. 125 to that Baron. As I mentioned before, it's the Infernal. Rookie's in a side lane right now, securing the top side, getting the push down, ready for this Baron buff. It's not often you see Syndra's in the side lane unless they need to push out the wave and get control of the map.
This is getting so... I would right now say it's snowballed away from Invictus Gaming.
Yeah.
Even the member that they've been powering Duke for this portion of the game. You may have his disagreements for him even playing the series out, but at the moment in time, GimGoon is incredibly huge. They already have what is like good magic resist items here for him to stick into a fight. Already has great base damage, as well as his passive damage too, so they're going in.
Well, they've started the fight. Again, Chris gets locked down, but it doesn't matter. Petrifying Gaze onto Tian. GimGoon comes in, gets onto Baolan. FPX, front to back. LWX ults in with Scatter the Weak. He's out of the fight. Duke just needs to go over the wall, pops the Dominus here. IG still alive. In goes Duke, gets the AD carry. Who cares about 8 scaling? If the Crocodile can get you like that. Sonic Wave onto Tian. He wants to take it, but Ning doesn't have enough energy. So FPX lose their AD carry just for a support.
Crucial timing, 15 seconds until Baron comes up, and that's a huge death timer for LWX.
Now, when is the fight going to come in front of this Baron? Because you can wait for LWX, but IG don't need to wait for Baolan. He's up in fight.
You already saw how hard that fight was. LWX taking the ultimate and getting blown up by Rookie, basically. And here it is. Ward's on it. Can you challenge it?
Is there going to be enough damage? Of course there is. It's a Cassiopeia in front of Baron. Teleport from Tian. 3 members running up to it. It's GimGoon who's been caught out. The teleport unfortunately can't be cancelled. But where's his ultimate? Not available. Sonic Wave lands. Ning.
He's just so fast.
Wants to take it but can't. Baron was stopped there, and that gives time for LWX to teleport in.
Yeah, he's ready. There's a lot of damage done to Ning too. So at this point in time, GimGoon can heal himself up. Don't be that close to the wall, buddy. What are you trying to do?
Walks away from the Licky Tongue and the Sonic Wave.
Who's going to start on it? There we go.
Is that really going to be a true back here from Duke? I don't think so.
I'm just waiting for the Realm Warp. That's how crazy this game has gotten.
Yeah. So many wards in the pit. Does Doinb play with it, or does he just wait? Seems like we won't aim for the Baron just yet. So dangerous in and around this pit. Duke has to respond to the bottom wave, but has teleport.
Pretty late tier coming in from JackeyLove looking for his Seraph's Embrace, but I mean, if you're looking to build that up this point in the game, good luck.
Why not? Shouldn't be too hard. Raz, you wanted the Realm Warp.
Let's go.
But has Tian been spotted out by walking forward? Well, GimGoon's coming in as well. More about the momentum.
They're super close.
Well, Chris goes
That's
over the
too
wall
early
to
for
get
Chris
Ning.
to get in there.
Yeah, Ning's over the wall, but it's secured by LWX. Ning goes down. That's a 2-for-1 already, keeping the Baron in mind. FPX are just getting out. They know Crisp is dead. They know they've lost their jungler as well. The Baron buff to keep this game alive.
What a huge gambit. Doing the ultimate, getting right in there. And you know how much damage a Kaisa and Ryze will output. Invictus Gaming, they were rushing, but they were too late. I thought that Crisp going in that early on and trying to push Ning away, Ning would have the opportunity, and he did. He got into the pit. Just wasn't enough, though. We've seen Ning get into the pit and be able to steal the Baron back for his team. Not this time.
And if there's one player to remember LWX for, it could be the time that he secured Baron for FPX by what looks like a Cathian Rain or an auto attack. But I'm keen to see that one again. I want it broken down.
This game is so active, we're not even going to see it as the game is going on.
Very true.
So it's just a lot happening here.
I want to point out as well that Doinb with Baron buff is probably the scariest thing we're going to see all game long. When they put him in a side lane, whether they run this almost 6-item Ryze against Rookie, it's going to start ugly.
What I like to see, we've seen it a few times, like with Xiaohu in particular, have Ryze push out bottom lane, split push, have the rest of the team push mid, have him realm warp the cannon minion that's Baron buffed straight towards the mid lane. But here's the play from Ning.
Yeah, team might have gone too far forward. He gets kicked on back. Ning is getting dropped down though with LWX free firing again. Jungler down, Cataclysm on 2. The Petrifying Gaze was used to no success. LWX ults into the backline, wants to challenge the world champions face first. And for FPX, Tian may drop down, but LWX is all you need. Baolan, the last member, as Doinb helps him. GimGoon shoots him in the face, calls him out for dinner, and FPX might have just done it.
30-second death timer on Ning, 20 on... Oh, these are huge ones. I wonder if they can just end the game here. Redemption being pressed forward, and they're going to all output the DPS.
And FPX, if there was any questions how they would go against the world champions, Game 3 gave us an understanding. Inhibitor going to drop down here as death time is still long, but Ning's coming up in 5.
Nah, not enough. It's going to be FPX that takes this one.
Turret number 1, turret number 2, FPX. The challenge against the world champions was taken. Open arms, they say. Undefeated in the LPL.
Look at Doinb.
And Doinb is cheering for good reason. He's on top of the world.
All of the doubters, man, they said it. I was the one that came out and said Invictus Gaming would take it too. This was the first real test, and they slaughtered them in Game 3.
And suddenly, FPX are very serious contenders. Their match history has been against some good mid-tier teams, even against Suning, but now against Invictus Gaming, they have a status to uphold.
People will remember this series. Months later, this could be our finals, in a few months' time. So it's huge. For Doinb, you can see emotionally he's ready for that one.
Oh yeah.
But for this team to be able to take a win in this case, where it was still as hectic and they were able to challenge them in team fights. And in the laning phase alone, you saw what we got to see from Doinb and Tian. Tian was not phased at all by the pressure that Ning had. And GimGoon, my God, so we all know what LWX and Doinb could give you for your team.
Yeah.
But that early level 1, the first blood that came down onto Ning on blue buff, these are situations that you don't necessarily expect players like Tian to challenge. And in the past, you've seen GimGoon fall off his GP pick. We've come out in 2017, 2018 saying, don't pick GP if you don't have the jungler and mid laner to be able to support you. GimGoon got that support, and it was still a tough game, but they came right back in it.
It's super rough considering that Duke had what he needed to succeed in that early to mid game, and GimGoon held out pretty strong considering that he was far behind and just had to farm, but it was hard when Ning practically lived in that lane.
And the moment you start seeing the tank items come through from Doinb, you know that they're trying to go for the win right now.
Yeah.
If you're trying to scale, if it goes to 40 minutes, then it really falls off like a brick. And that, Doinb knows that more than anybody. That's why when he's on that side lane, he is just on top of you fast, trying to just trade on you. So I really enjoyed in this game, it really felt like Rogue Warriors of old, where the rest of the map was on point. Maybe to a certain, a better degree, where I would favor GimGoon over Mouse.
Yeah.
And so in that case, you're looking great as a team, as an organization, and you are able to play with such disregard for fears. So early game was really down-packed, where the strategy of Invictus Gaming was battered away in the blue buff. I think Ning, aside from that one flashy play, people will remember the flashy plays more than anything, but I think that he had a poor series overall.
Yep.
I think he had a poor game there because he was battered away from the top side of the map. He was still too greedy and towards going for the blue buff in that one, and he paid for it. So rough overall. Tian had the better of him, and I think that at the end of the day, LWX and Doinb played those team fights masterfully.
Oh yeah, LWX is again a very underrated AD carry in the league, because we have superstars like We have iBoy, we have JackeyLove, we have Uzi. Those three names stand out usually, and then it's like, oh, SMLZ is definitely a top tier AD carry.
Loken's coming in.
Loken's in there as well, and then people say, well, what about LWX? Where does he fit in?
A lot of times we always place him in like 5th or 6th, definitely out of the picture of the people that you've mentioned, because it's just such a stacked league, and he has such a established identity of being that risk taker. And then half the time it feels like he fails because of course, like if he's on that kind of a team, they come through that failure. Looking at the matches right now for FPX, these are the matches that they have going forward. The test that we were talking about, going up against RNG, that's their next task. Going up against TOP, even bigger. Like, this is the toughest road that FPX is going to have to keep on to that undefeated streak.
With EDG as well. I mean, EDG are playing so much better now, too.
Real well.
Sino Dragon, unexpected to be that far up. V5 have had their moments of brilliance. So the strength of schedule has been mixed for FPX. It's not like they've had an easy run to get to 8-0.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. And just taking a look at the last series just to make sure, because I felt like, I know it's just random, but like the next series that they have is BLG after the SDG one. So like BLG, I think in that last series that we're going to be seeing in week 9, like we're getting straight to the end of the split, and these are great team fighting teams, and FPX have already established themselves as wonderful team fighters. And so like if they can get past RNG and TOP, that's it. I think with this series as is, like just looking at this series at a glance, this seems like a championship team. Based off of all the naysaying that I've did, like, hey, you know, they've had easy weeks. And when they went up against Suning, while Suning was undefeated, like, you had a very sick Maple that was playing a very half-hearted last game. And Weiwei coming into his first series. So there was a lot of naysaying coming in, but finally we're starting to see all of that come through where they're not just a team-fighting team. I think their mid-game and early game's been down-packed by how they're able to play alongside Tian. So Tian and Doinb are the core of their early game, and they've been able to now showcase that they can do it against the best in the world.
It was a great series to kind of establish where FPX might sit, and you said championship team as a potential. I'll keep that in the back of my mind because I love chaotic teams, and especially in the LPL. We had one of those chaotic fights up in the top side of the map where Ning decided to kick someone that someone was Doinb, and what a flash.
And you could already see people rotating in, so the flash was excellent. Doinb rushes forward because he knows he can chase him up. And then when the moment Baolan, ends up saving out Lee Sin, you're like, it's going to be harder for Rookie. But at the same time, JackeyLove comes in from the bot side of the map and doesn't join his team, goes to the right. And so he isolates himself. And this composition for Invictus Gaming really they need to stay together. They need to stay together alongside with the Syndra orbs and alongside the Miasma. They are super powerful tools going straight front to back with your full lineup. And they're able to win out a lot of fights with that alone. But then when they're scattered and FPX gets that chaotic team fight that they're looking for, LWX is flying into the back, that's when FPX are at their strongest. And so they got the skirmish that always started off with Doinb supposedly getting caught, right? That's not how he looks at that, and he already see people his own team coming in to save him, or at least follow up on what is an opportunity.
MVP though, Ryze. Right?
MVP, give it to me.
Would you give Doinb?
Huh? I'd give it to Tian.
Well done. It's going to be T again. I don't know if that was the safe bet after game number 2, but it is definitely fair to say game 3, that opening first blood.
Look, first blood was big. He pushed Ning away from topside, protected GimGoon. There's one time he was in position, but GimGoon still died to the dive. That was just unavoidable, it seemed. But like, Tian was in the right place at the right time, and his team fight dives all the way to the back. I think his execution was down packed. Remember, this guy started out in Young Miracles. Like, that's just insane to be able to say that. And he followed Knight onto Suning. So, followed Knight onto Suning. They realized that they could just use Hacker, and Knight was just comfortable enough. And then he found himself in limbo. And the fact that he's now able to find a team, start for the team immediately, and just that success right out the gate, congratulations to him. And it seems like that key is unlocked.
From week 1 to now, Tian has been very consistent as well. This is a good showcase to put a jungler in the spotlight in front of someone like Ning. Ryze, it's time for standings.
Oh, let's go!
Let's see what's going on, because I can tell you one thing, FPX are first still.
8-0. And 8. win streak.
Yeah.
The next team that has a pretty large win streak, just scattering them. 3 wins by both Bilibili and EDG. EDG is a lot more important because they've been going up against one of the stronger teams now. And remember, FPX have to get past EDG to keep that undefeated streak. So a lot of this is huge here.
RNG, TOP, and EDG, BLG in there as well. FPX have a fun road ahead of them. And it's going to be a big plus if they can finish first, Raz, but many games to go.
Remember, we've already seen Suning in Victory 5 play already.
True.
Suning losing out in a 5-series losing streak are right now still outside of the playoff picture. This is going to be tough because think about the teams that they can get in for. Sino Dragon's still playing very well.
Yeah.
So like if Sino Dragons are still getting wins, you are in the picture. Like people were talking about you as a top 4 team. And now you're struggling to get into the playoff position. This is very rough for the team. And I know that at first it was saying that they had a tough run at things. There are a lot of teams that they're going up against. Like they had the toughest schedule to begin with.
They did.
So that was like, okay, we'll give you that. We'll throw you a bone on that edge. But now you've been losing to Rogue Warriors and OMG. These are where the real concerns come in.
I guess for OMG, you're looking positively on that matchup, but that's just me wanting to look, optimistically, maybe not. For Suning, big story ahead, but it depends on tomorrow. Let's go to tomorrow's matchups, and we don't even have Suning, I'm so sorry. Vici and BLG, open us up.
Vici Gaming, BLG having the win streak 3 series in a row, and they've been looking really good around Jinjiao and Kuro, so I want to see how they continue forward.
But I like Vici Gaming, Raz. I think you know that by now.
Yeah, I do.
WE and Snake will all follow, and that's kind of clawing out of the Snake pit if you're a Snake fan.
Ooh, I mean, if you're just a fan of just bloodiness in general, WE and Snake, this is your filling. Like, if you're coming out, you're starving, you're like, dang, every business is closed right now, but I still need, like, I need to be fulfilled. Like, something out there. Bloodthirstiness, that's your series to watch. Snake versus WE will be random. It'll be mechanics galore.
Random.
I'm just saying, man. If you want something to be unexpected, this is why, you know what? Hollywood makes the big bucks off of horror. And you know what horror does?
What?
They're random.
Yeah.
You don't expect the guy to come out and scare you in the face. That's Snake versus WE.
Very well said. A big thank you to Raz. Big thank you to our production team. It's been a nice night. It's been a long night, but a good one to finish off with IG and FPX. FPX undefeated here in the LPL. We'll be back with you tomorrow for more English broadcast.